Today on Forever Home, we're working on a basement bathroom. Check it out. Let's get going. Hey friends, Drew here in beautiful West Grove, Pennsylvania, working in a customer's basement, and they're working on adding a guest suite down here. Now, last year we were working in the bedroom suite area that they were creating. That part got finished. Customer's going to do his own work on the bathroom and has just run out of time and has asked us to come in and help with some of the more detailed work of things, getting the drywall up, getting the cement backer board in for the tile, and some of those prep steps so he can get his own tile done and keep moving this project along. So let me give you a tour of where we're at. Michael and Norman German were in here the other day, and they got all of our sheetrock hung on the walls. They've got the Durarock in, the shower pan has been set, and Michael is now adding the fiberglass mesh tape with some mortar to fill in all those seams, and then we're going to apply 2 coats of waterproofing on the shower area. Prime and paint the walls. We've got the exhaust fan mounted, and then once all this is finished, we're going to come through and we will drop ceiling throughout the space so that they are ready. That's especially going to be moisture resistant drywall. I believe we're doing tile on the ceiling. The customer's going to be putting that in. It's got a rain head up top, the other shower here, diverter in the wall. So it's a 2-part thing. You've got one for your temperature pressure, and you got one that's your selector valve for where it's going to be up and down. And so tape coat is on the drywall. We got 2 more coats of mud to get in here. Electrical provisions are already up for the lighting, where that's going to wind up once the drop ceiling comes through. And rock and roll, and we'll show you into the attached bedroom here. So this is a space that we worked on, I think it was a year ago. We came through and the sheetrock had been started, and our guys did the tape coat was in, I think, and we did the next 2 coats and then prime and got that just primed white. I believe the customer came through and did his own blue. Our crew came through, put the drop ceiling in for him, and took care of a couple other details. And so this is the finished space. It's ready to be used, and have family, friends, guests over, and just a beautiful space down here, you know. Niece, nephew, grandkids, whoever comes over. And then now that the bathroom's kind of underway, this is going to give them a very functional space down here. So we got shower at that end, vanity, toilet, and everything ready to rock and roll. So this has been a neat little project to be able to help with. Of course, now we got the rest of the unfinished basement, and this is one of these things where we're doing things in phases. They want to get the usable space down here for guests to stay in, and at some point in time, the rest of this will get finished into usable space. He's got a wood shop over here to this side, and some other different pieces that this will all get finished out and made to be super nice over time. But a lot of times as you're doing these types of projects, you bite off what you can handle and you take them one step at a time. And we're happy to work with you if that's what we need to do. We just had a conversation with a customer about doing a screened-in deck, and maybe we build the deck this year, and then we put all the footers in for the roof support, and then we come back and we do the roof on that maybe next year or the year after, as time and budgets and those kind of things allow. So different ways to break up a project to make it more manageable. So that's what's going on here, and we'll get you some after pictures as things come along, and you can see where things progress with this project. So a couple things to think about when you're working on a bathroom space, especially a tile with a shower pan like this. As you go to set that pan there, you can frame this where you're outside of the flange of the tub, or some guys like to actually frame it tighter than that and notch out in the studs for that rim of that shower pan so that it sits back flush, so that when your cement board comes down, in this case, the cement board is pretty much flush with the shower pan. Now the other way to do this is if you're able to recess that shower pan into that stud a 1/4 inch, then you can bring your cement board down over that nailer flange, and that gives you a continuous piece of Durarock coming down. Now you don't want to go all the way down where it's going to wick moisture up, but that is one thing that some installers will do, and it's just different choices. I don't know that one is necessarily better than the other, but those are some of the options that you can consider when you're figuring out how to put this together. Generally speaking, when you're running drywall, especially on a main floor, it helps to run it horizontally from a structural situation. When you're down in the basement, it's not a structural thing. Sometimes running it vertically is just easier because you eliminate all of those butt joints where you would have, here we got a factory edge where there's a depression in the panel here, there's a depression in the panel here. They come together, they allow us to bed that tape and have it be nice and flat. Whereas if you have the 4-foot edge of a piece of drywall butting against the other one, there is no flattening. There is no compression of that piece, so you wind up with a little bit of a hump in the wall, and you're going to spread that and feather it over so you don't see it. But when you're doing finished basements and you're not on structural walls, just framing just there to hold the drywall up, you can absolutely run your sheets vertically and eliminate some of those butt joints, which is going to give you a cleaner look down the wall, especially in a small space like this where when you walk in, you're looking straight down this panel. So let's talk about drop ceiling for a minute. One of the things you want to think about if you're planning to do drop ceiling in a basement space, and let's say that you've got some mechanicals. So out here in the ceiling, you know, if we ever come back through and drop ceiling this space, we've got some beams, we got a box out, we got some plumbing, we got a box out for. And you can do that with the drop ceiling product, and there is ways to run that vertically. Our preference is generally to frame and create a bulkhead. So what we did in here, over the shower space, is you'll notice that we've got a 2x6 framing up here above the shower, and we're pretty much going to split the difference. The drop ceiling is going to land pretty much right in the middle of that, so that when you get this right, so right through the middle of this end of this, drop ceiling is going to butt into that header, and you're going to want to create those anywhere that you're going to be, you know, into a space. So we'll take a walk over to the other side where a staircase is. So if I were going to put in drop ceiling down here, what I would probably look at doing is, can we frame out some kind of a box here, right? And give ourselves a header and use drywall up on the ceiling at the base of the staircase, and there's already a recessed light in there ready for that. But then bring a bulkhead down 6 inches, 12 inches, whatever it's going to be, so that drop ceiling has something solid to butt into, rather than trying to use drop ceiling material to come up vertically. I just like having something solid to hit into. So that's something that you consider as you're looking at framing out your basement. And then let's bring you outside. We showed you the exhaust vent from the bathroom that's going to be in there. It's going to be kind of a small space. We want to make sure we ventilate that well. So that is hard piped over the drop ceiling in that bedroom space out here under the deck. It's a 6-inch line coming out here with louvered vents on it. So that's now been drilled in, cut in, good to go to bring the exhaust vents out of the bathroom. Michael actually reminded me when I paused the video that we did actually paint that blue, and he finished all the trim in that room, and I had forgotten that piece of things. So we helped complete all that, and then a customer brought his carpet company in and got the carpet laid. So absolutely gorgeous project the way that came out, and once this bathroom is finished, it's going to be completely 100% usable, ready for guests, and just a phenomenal entertainment space as this customer continues to build out his space, build out his house, and make it wonderful for his family and friends to stop by, to visit, to hang out, where they can make memories and do all sorts of things. So if we can help you with your forever home, give our team a call. There's nothing that we don't do. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, decks, finished basements, kitchen renovations, bathroom makeovers, build you a custom dream house, in addition, a garage. If our team can help solve a problem for you, give us a call, 484-748-0008. Choose option 2 for 𝗗𝘁'𝘀, your full-service construction and renovation company, extension 2 for new projects. We are your Pennsylvania home improvement contractor, number 88078. Remember, when we're finished with it, you're going to be proud to say it's not just done, it was 𝗗𝘁'𝘀. We'll catch you in the next episode of Forever Home. Bye for now.